Hey guys, it's Michael here from Mind Performance Health, and today I want to talk to you about how I want you to execute your rep progression. Now, this is very important. Part of the importance of this is to make sure you are training hard enough in the gym to get the stimulus that you require and I require to get the outcome we are chasing, especially when it comes to body composition. This can help fast track your results. Maximizing your time spent with training, getting the execution right of this is going to speed up your results. So this method I'm going to show you, please pay attention with, especially if you have this in your program so you can get off to the best start. Now, what I'm going to talk about is rep progression. Now, you hear me say this quite a bit. There's times, especially when we're trying to get the most out of training, where we want to push to close proximity of failure with our loaded exercises. And what that means is that, say for instance, we have 100 kilos on bench press for 8 reps. I do 8 reps, close to proximity of failure. I'll either fail to get 9 or I'll be close to getting failure, right? Like 1 rep short of failure. That's how close I want you pushing when I say close to proximity of failure. Now, to make sure that happens with your progression, there's a way you'll see with the rep ranges we put here and the execution of these rep ranges in your specific training program that you must do and complete to make sure we are close to there. Now, you'll see in your program that we may have specific rep ranges like 5 to 8 as an example. These are just examples, there may be different ones, but 5 to 8, so 5-8, 8 to 12, and 15 to 20. These are the rep schemes or rep ranges that we work with. Now, in your program too, you will have a prescribed set that you must complete, or sets. You will have prescribed rep ranges as one of these above as an example. Now, the way to execute this is that, say we're using, as an example here, 3 sets of 5 to 8 reps. And let's just say the exercise here is the bench press. In set 1, the correct way to do this, pushing a close proximity of failure, is that you did 100 kilos and you completed 8 reps, top of the range, okay? You didn't go beyond it and you didn't go below the 5. You then increased the load in the next set, being set 2 out of 3. You went 105 and you got, physically you can only push, because we're pushing close proximity to failure, and you got, say, 6 reps. And then after your rest period, you went 105 again, and then we got 6 reps. You do not increase the load unless you hit the top range. Okay, due to the fact of us hitting the top range of the prescribed rep range in set 1, we increased the load, pushed to close proximity to failure again. We couldn't get the top range physically, and we got 105 for 6, had our rest period 105 for 6, and that was completion of our 3 sets. Now, the way I don't want to see this is that you do 100 for 8, you hit the top range, you increase the load, you went to 105, and you got 8 again, right? And then you stuck on 105, and let's just round it off, and you got 8 again. Now, this here was not close to proximity to failure due to the fact that you increased your load in set 2, and you got that top range again. So this is incorrect. This is actually a warm-up set, and that doesn't count towards the sets or the working sets that I want to see to make sure we're getting the most out of your training. So this is a great way to make sure you are pushing yourself physically in the gym with this progression. So to reinstate, you should only hit the top range once in your prescribed sets. So let's go back forward. Let's use a different exercise, say squats. You hit 100, let's say 120 kilos here for 8. You had a few warm-up sets. We're only counting working. You had 20 for 8. You went up to the next load. Let's say you went to 125 and you got 5. Fantastic, have a rest, 125, and you got 5 reps because you physically couldn't push any more towards that rep scheme within that range. That's how I want you to complete this, okay? It's very important. Trust me when I say all of these details matter. The attention to detail matters of your execution of your program. If it's not met, don't expect fast results. So this is a way that we are going to make sure you are pushing a close proximity to failure with the prescribed rep ranges. And it may change for any rep range. For example, let's use the squat again. Say we have 80 kilos here for the 15 to 20 rep range. Okay, prescribed, 3 sets. You hit 20, right? You went up in load, 85, and then you got 17, which is in the range, but you physically couldn't push to get 20. 85 for 17, that is correct, okay, for that particular rep scheme. So please pay attention to this with your program. It's very important you get on top of this, once again, to maximize the time spent in the gym, and ultimately we are here to fast track your results, and this is one way to do so.